Hello and welcome to Brainy Gardener. Are you looking for a way to add some edge to your home decor? Check out these 16 Echeveria succulents that are sure to make a statement. Echeveria is a hugely popular genus of succulents with approximately 150 species and more than 1,000 cultivars. They are recognized as some of the most attractive succulents and come in a wide range of beautiful shapes and colors. With their brightly colored rosettes and easy care requirements, they're a perfect fit for any gardener. But with so many species and varieties to choose from, how do you know which one is perfect for your garden? This video will introduce you to 16 of the most incredible Echeveria types, including their identifying features, photos, and care tips. Let's get started. Number 1. Painted Echeveria, Echeveria nodulosa. The painted Echeveria is a beautiful succulent with colorful leaves. It's native to Mexico and gets its name from the way its leaves look like they're painted. The leaves are an olive green color, heavily variegated with red streaks or splotches that makes it look like red paint on a green canvas. The level of red variegation is quite variable, so different specimens of the painted Echeveria might exhibit different levels of it. Like hens and chicks, painted Echeveria offsets heavily from its main rosette. Regular pruning is required if you plan to keep your plant in a small pot or container. The painted Echeveria boasts pale yellow flowers in the summer. Number 2. Mexican Snowball, Echeveria elegans. The Mexican snowball is a beautiful succulent that's native to Mexico. It's called Mexican snowball because of the way its leaves look like they're covered in snow. The leaves are covered in fine white hairs that give them a powdery appearance. Echeveria elegans stands as a proud representative of its species. When gardeners think of Echeveria, they think of Mexican snowball. This level of notoriety is not for no reason. Mexican snowballs form gorgeous rosettes of fleshy gray-green or silver-green leaves. Coupled with their easy care requirements, they serve as the perfect introduction to their genus. Number 3. Echeveria gibbiflora. The Echeveria gibbiflora is a beautiful, large Echeveria that's native to Mexico. It's characterized by its thick, glaucous leaves that grow in a rosette shape. The leaves are usually a uniform green color reminiscent of jungle foliage, but they blush a bright red in direct sunlight. The bell-shaped flowers are either red or yellow. Echeveria gibbiflora flowers exhibit some similarities to Echeveria elegans. They grow on long stems that can reach up to 2 feet in length. This succulent is among the largest in its genus, as its rosettes can grow quite large even without much help. Number 4. Painted Lady Echeveria, Echeveria derenbergii. The Echeveria Painted Lady is one of the most popular Echeverias. Botanically known as Echeveria derenbergii, it is at the forefront of its genus in cultivation. This beautiful succulent has blue-green leaves that are sometimes more blue than green. The leaves are also edged in pink, which makes for stunning color contrast. They terminate in sharp points. As the plant matures, it forms rosettes up to 3 inches in diameter. Instead of the traditional rose shape, its rosettes form a tightly bound pagoda-like shape that differentiates the species from the rest. Number 5. Mexican Firecracker plant, Echeveria setosa. The Mexican firecracker plant is a succulent that's native to Mexico. It gets its common name from its bell-shaped flowers, which resemble little firecrackers. This plant is easily identifiable by its spoon-shaped, fleshy leaves that have a thin coating of fine white hair. The color is most pronounced when the plant is exposed to lots of sunlight. The Mexican firecracker plant blooms in the late spring or early summer. The flowers are extremely showy and earn this plant its place in the Hall of Fame of Echeveria. They're yellow, bell-shaped flowers tipped with bright red. The result looks exactly like a lit firecracker. Number 6. Ghost Echeveria, Echeveria lilacina. The ghost Echeveria is among the most beautiful Echeveria currently in cultivation. It gets its common name from the color of its leaves, which are a striking silver-gray color. This plant is native to Mexico. The ghost Echeveria's pale fleshy, silver-gray leaves are what make it such a standout succulent. They have a waxy surface and are slightly concave, giving them a cupped appearance. The tips of the leaves often turn red or pink in direct sunlight. In warmer seasons, the leaves often take on a lilac hue. It bears small, coral pink flowers that are borne on tall stalks that rise from the central rosette. Number 7. Pink Frills, Echeveria Shaviana. The pink frills is a beautiful succulent with large spoon-shaped leaves that have frilled edges. The edges are highlighted with a bright pink color. The remaining parts of the leaves change colors as they mature. They start off with a purple hue that matures to silver and then green as it reaches the end. The contrast between the edges of the leaves and the remaining portion ensures the plant doesn't need flowers to retain interest. The pink frills is the whole package. It looks downright gorgeous. Its flowers are breathtaking, it offsets easily, and it barely demands anything from the gardener. Number 8. Blue Rose Echeveria, Echeveria Imbricata. The blue rose Echeveria is one of the most popular varieties of Echeveria. Its beautiful powder blue leaves are a treat to behold. The rosette shape is compact and can reach up to 8 inches in diameter. But what sets the succulent apart from other Echeveria types is the perfect symmetry of the rosettes. Their rosette shape is true to form, resembling a real rose more than most. And the hint of pink color that tinges the tips of the leaves just adds to the overall effect. As this plant matures, it begins to offset more and more, making propagation easy. Red or pink flowers appear in the summer. Number 9. Peacock Echeveria, Echeveria peacockii. The Peacock Echeveria is a small succulent that forms rosettes of green-gray leaves with red margins. The leaves are often tinted red or pink, especially when they're exposed to direct sunlight. Coral pink flowers appear in spring or summer. They grow on long stalks that can reach up to 10 inches in length. Echeveria peacockii was renamed Echeveria dismessiana after some studies were made. However, in most texts, you'll still find it being referred to as Echeveria peacockii. Number 10. Lipstick Echeveria, Echeveria agavoides. The lipstick Echeveria is a succulent that's native to Mexico. It gets its botanical epithet from the perfectly triangular leaves that resemble those of an agave plant. The leaves are a beautiful green color with red highlights running along the edges that look like the streaks of lipstick in the process of being applied. Since these streaks of crimson are so localized, it makes sense to name these types of Echeveria lipstick. New rosettes appear periodically by the parent plant as it offsets often. If allowed, these Echeverias can form a mat of flaming rosettes that adorn the garden. Number 11. Echeveria runyonii, Topsy Turvy. The Echeveria Topsy Turvy is a beautiful blue-green succulent with leaves that grow in a spiral pattern. The leaves are fleshy, blue-gray, and have a waxy coating that helps the plant retain water. The name Topsy Turvy comes from the way the leaves grow. They seem to be growing upside down. The surfaces of the leaves twist to face downwards. As the spoon-shaped fleshy leaves terminate, they bend backward so that their tips are pointing towards the center of the rosette. It's a sight you have to see to appreciate. Echeveria runyonii flowers in the summer, sending up stalks from the rosettes to bear yellow or orange flowers. Number 12. Echeveria Black Prince. The Echeveria Black Prince is a cultivar of Echeveria succulent that has dark purple leaves that are so dark they almost look like they're completely black. It is a popular cultivar and is often used in gardens and landscaping. The sharp contrast of the black color is much appreciated in gardens dominated by greens. It forms tight rosettes of spoon-shaped fleshy leaves. When young, the leaves start off completely green. But as they age, they become more and more purple until they reach maturity and become black. Remember to provide this succulent with the frequent sun. Otherwise, the gorgeous color will fade. Number 13. Echeveria Dusty Rose. The Dusty Rose is a beautiful Echeveria succulent that has striking pinkish-purple leaves. It's a beautiful addition to any garden and is sure to get attention. The color of the leaves is quite stunning, and it's definitely a plant that will add some pizzazz to your garden. Echeveria Dusty Rose forms rosettes of its large-faced leaves in an almost airtight fashion. The gaps between the leaves of the rosettes are unusually small, and as a result, the structure retains a lot of water if watered directly from above, which is a big problem for succulents. Therefore, it's advised you bottom water this plant to avoid pooling water in the rosette. Number 14. Echeveria Perle von Nurnberg. The Echeveria Perle von Nurnberg is prized for its striking purple leaves. The leaves are curved inwards, and they grow in a rosette pattern. The sheen of the leaves makes this one of the most attractive Echeveria types. It is considered among the most widely spread varieties of Echeveria being grown in gardens and homes. Bright light plays a huge role in this succulent. Placing it somewhere bright and sunny will ensure healthy colors and long-term vibrancy. But in complete shade or a darkened spot, the leaves lose their vigor surprisingly quickly. These types of Echeveria appreciate a good watering session, but only when the soil is dry. Number 15. Woolly Rose, Echeveria Doris Taylor. The woolly rose is a beautiful fuzzy succulent that's native to Mexico. It gets its common name from the hairy, woolly leaves that cover the plant. Echeveria woolly rose is a hybrid succulent. They have olive green leaves covered with fine, white hairs that make the leaves feel soft to the touch. Intense sunlight causes the leaves to change color, changing from a regular green to one heavily tinged with dark red. Its rosettes are borne thick, woody stems, unlike most of its cousins that grow stemless. This allows the rosettes to reach some height and look more like a shrub than a regular Echeveria. Number 16. Echeveria Neon Breakers. The Echeveria Neon Breakers is among the most popular Echeveria types that are available for public use. It's characterized by its rosettes of purple leaves with pink margins. The tips of the leaves are heavily ruffled or crinkled, sort of like Echeveria Shaviana. This plant is perfect for those who want something colorful that's different from the regular greens you might find in a garden. The pink margins provide a nice pop of color without being overwhelming. And the pink flowers add an extra touch of vibrancy when they appear in the spring. The rosettes tend to get quite large, and they look their best when they're on their own.